Hi gals, welcome back to another episode of Zero Waste Closet. So today I want to have a chat with you guys, and it's one of the things that is most fun about making videos and content for Zero Waste Closet, and that is that we vary it up. So some weeks we're looking at a fashion show, we're looking at style solutions, other weeks we're cleaning out our closets together, and sometimes we're just sitting down, maybe having a cup of coffee together and having a more philosophical conversation. So this is going to be one of those videos because it's time for a little bit of a chat about the topic of minimalism. And this is something that's always on my mind. It's really the whole philosophy behind this channel. It is something that I am aspiring towards. I am certainly not perfect, and as we'll talk about in a moment, there is no such thing as perfection when it comes to minimalism. But it's a journey that I am on, and I think it's something that does resonate with a lot of you guys. We've talked so much about it. And honestly, the fact that I have had to talk to so many women about how to scale down their suitcases, clean out their closets effectively, the fact that there is demand for me to go to people's homes to help them with this shows that this is something that you guys are interested in. And so what really facilitated me wanting to make this video today is, interestingly, it's a comment that I got from someone, and it was a well-meaning comment. It came from someone who just didn't quite understand what I was doing with a capsule that I was proposing, and she just felt like it wasn't very realistic. And I really appreciated it. I thought about what she said, and it kind of just shows that, we're all different, right? And so the response that I want to give to that is that, where you're at is okay. That's for you. And what I propose is something that works for me. And so if it resonates with you, then take lessons from it. And if it doesn't, then move on. It's okay. Check out my other videos, come in and shop, and you do you. You do fashion your way, do minimalism your way, toss minimalism out the window if it doesn't speak to you. Okay, so, but it did get me thinking, and I started to think about, I want to share with you guys what I really think fashion minimalism is, and so that maybe to clear up some misconceptions and potential misunderstandings. And again, this is through my filters. This is what it means to me. So adapt this as you may to yourself. And so we're just going to have a little chat about this. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is that I have been watching videos about minimalism and wardrobe minimalism specifically for years now. I watch them obsessively. It's a topic that interests me so much. And the one thing that I have really gleaned from all of this is that there is truly not a single definition of minimalism. There is no perfect way to do it. And that's kind of the beauty of it. The whole essence of minimalism in general, and again, remember, this is my interpretation, is that it is about having enough but not too much. Having things that serve your needs, but not having an excess of it to the point where your life becomes about having to maintain all of your stuff, to the point that your stuff is actually no longer serving you. You're kind of becoming a servant of all of your stuff, having to keep it up, right? And so specifically when that comes to your wardrobe, enough is going to be different for everyone, right? So when we talk about capsule wardrobes, a lot of times I like to pick a number, like I'm going to make a 30-piece capsule, or I'm going to make a 10-piece suitcase capsule. But that, to be honest with you, is what works for me. It's also something that really helps me make decisions. If I give myself a specific number of pieces, then it gives me some sort of criteria to go by, okay? But there's no perfect definition of it. And if you are someone, I'll give you a great example of this. If you are someone who works a very suit-oriented, very kind of office-oriented job during the day, where you have to have like a very specific uniform for that truly is not adaptable to the rest of your life, yeah, you're kind of end up with two wardrobes, and hopefully we can find some good crossover pieces that can multitask. But you may have a lot more pieces than another person who has a more laid-back job job, or perhaps works from home, or is maybe retired and has sort of just one general lifestyle. So this is a great example of how, minimalism is going to be different for both of you. But the thing that it has in common, and let me just underscore this, is that in a wardrobe sense, it means that you have enough to look and feel great, enough to get you through the week or through the month, but you don't have lots of duplicates. You're not wading through clutter trying to find things that work for you. You have just enough that your needs are being met, and not necessarily more than that. This is kind of the minimalist mantra. I also want to talk about a common misconception about minimalism. If you are like me and you enjoy watching videos about minimalism, then something that you'll come across a lot are these proposed capsule wardrobes that all start to look fairly monotonous and at times very monochromatic. So was especially true in kind of the early days when capsule wardrobes became popular and minimalism hit YouTube. You started to see a lot of capsule wardrobes that were based on black, white, beige, only neutrals, and there became these like standard essentials that if you were a minimalist, you had to have these pieces in your wardrobe. Everybody started feeling like they had to have a perfect white t-shirt, a pair of jeans, a Breton striped sort of French style t-shirt, and a black blazer. And you know what? Honest to God truth, those are all pieces I absolutely love that are definitely in my capsule wardrobe. But something I have learned a lot as I have gone on is that you can be a minimalist and have a super colorful wardrobe that is all full of patterns and bright colors and unusual and interesting silhouettes. Being a minimalist doesn't necessarily mean being basic. They're not the same things. And there's a gal who I love to follow on YouTube. If you guys like the content in this channel, you might really love her content too. Her name's Patricia. She has a channel called A Small Wardrobe. And I love her because she is a retired art teacher and she is without a doubt a creative type. And you know what? I consider myself a creative type too. Color makes me really, really happy. And when I take it out of my wardrobe, it actually really has a huge impact on my mood. So can I be a good minimalist and still have a really colorful, really fun, evolving wardrobe? The answer is absolutely yes. It's just that I don't want to have excess. Gals, I think the most important point I could possibly make today, and that is one that I find to just hold universally true for all minimalists. It doesn't matter, what your taste or style is or what your exact perfect number of pieces in your wardrobe is, but it's something that we all share in common. Those of us who have achieved our ideal minimalist state, or those of us who are aspiring like I am, it is a trait that we all share in common. And so if this trait is not something that you're kind of growing into or something that doesn't resonate with you, I'm going to be completely honest, minimalism may not be for you. And guess what? That's okay. So here's what that trait is. It is what I would call authenticity and the ability to let go of what other people think. And you know what? That's really, really challenging. Honestly, that has been a work in progress for me my whole entire life. Many of you are struggling with this right now. Some of you have let that go and you're just in this totally liberated space where you just do what makes you happy and you really genuinely don't care what other people think. And for me, an ideal place to be in is one where I'm being true to myself. I can hear my own inner voice. I'm mindful of what others think. It's honestly, let's be truthful here. It's very hard to turn off our awareness of how others are responding to us. That is not an easy thing to do. I mean, we're human, right? And if you didn't care at all what other people thought, you might have a little bit of a difficult time socially too, right? So there's a bit of just adapting to life on this planet where we have to be mindful of others. Or, let's say we're going to something where there's a dress code. Having zero regard for the dress code is maybe not socially appropriate, but being willing to exercise your own interpretation of that dress code and being comfortable within your own skin and okay with the fact that perhaps what you're wearing isn't like what anyone else is wearing, that's a really, really free place to live. And so I bring this up because when you get into fashion minimalism, the thing that happens is by necessity, you become an outfit repeater. And this especially happens when you are traveling, right? You're going to be wearing your pieces multiple times while you are away. And let's say you're on a cruise, you might have some dressy dinners and you might actually wear that same dress to dinner 2 or 3 nights. And maybe you're just changing up the accessories because that's kind of what a minimalist would do. And you have to be willing to disregard the thought that might pop into your head like, oh my gosh, other people might notice I'm wearing the same outfit. When you really get into minimalism, and if you're going to succeed with it, you kind of have to just let that go and let it not matter to you. Or something else that becomes a habit for many of us is dressing to impress, right? And who doesn't love when you get compliments on how cute your outfit is? But that can become an addiction, always having to have something new on, always wanting to get noticed. And if that is just something that you cannot escape, that feeling of needing others to be aware of what you're wearing and impressed with what you're wearing, you're going to struggle with minimalism, right? Because you're going to always feel like you have to have something new in your closet, or you're going to feel like when you travel, you have to have something, a different outfit every day or multiple outfits per day just to kind of fit in, to show off what you're wearing. And when you are kind of a more seasoned minimalist, and this is what I love about minimalism, this is kind of what motivates me, is that you're more focused on the experience than on what you're wearing. What you're wearing actually supports you having a great experience, but you move past what you're wearing the minute you get dressed. You're comfortable in your own skin, you're comfortable in your clothes, and now you're able to go out and have some fun, hike that mountain, go to dinner, and really enjoy the company that you're with, and you're not thinking about what you're wearing. And for me, that's an ideal place to be. So gals, I hope this wasn't too long-winded for you. In fact, there are probably many points that have floated through my head, or maybe yours, that I skipped over. And if you guys have thoughts that you would like to add to this, listen, I love this topic so much, and I know a lot of our audience does, so please feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments section below. If you disagree with me about anything, you know what, that's okay. Again, we're each individuals, we're each entitled to our own opinion, but feel free to get into a healthy, respectful debate with me. I'm happy to do that too, although I'm not trying to win you guys over to my side so much as just share with you where I'm at on this so that you understand the philosophy that drives pretty much every video I make and everything that I do and every styling session that I lead. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, concerns, ideas, like I said, drop them in the comment section below, or feel free to send me an email to lisa@shopchillstyle.com. You guys can always come in and see me in person here at Chill Boutique in Fountain Hills, Arizona. If you want to know more about what this store is about or order anything online, jump on to www.shopchillstyle.com. If you guys liked this video and you like some of these more philosophical discussions, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. That lets me know you want more of this type of content and really helps out this channel. If you haven't already, make sure to jump on and subscribe to Zero Waste Closet, and that way you guys get notifications whenever new videos come out. Guys, thank you so much for your attention and just your support, and I can't tell you how much I love you. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.